What if I told you that somewhere, someone out there has made it just a little bit easier for people like me, people like you, to be able to travel and make things just a little bit easier on us? I love to travel. I love going places with my family, my friends. We try to travel a few times a year, but sometimes it's hard. It is hard for me to travel because I have what is called a hidden disability. I have something called ehlers-danlos syndrome. I have had that since it's a genetic disorder. I was diagnosed with it as an infant, and I've dealt with it my whole entire life. So, like I said in the beginning, I love to travel. I go on many cruises, we fly around, and we try to go somewhere a couple times a year. Sometimes we take long car rides, but I am here to tell you that there is something when I travel at the airport. I actually first introduced it in a video. I'm going to post it here, or maybe here, I don't know, wherever it goes, but I did a video introducing what's called the hidden disability sunflower. Now, I didn't make this up. This is something that I found. It's a UK-based company, but it has gone worldwide. And honestly, I'd never heard of it before I started doing research on hidden disabilities and trying to find more topics for me to talk about. Well, this popped up, the hidden disability sunflower. It's in different airports and different train stations worldwide. And like I said, I travel all the time and I've never noticed the sunflower. So it's actually been around for a few years, and it is located in different airports. And what it is you can get, they have lanyards, they have little badges, little pins that you can wear. And the airlines, the flight attendants, people working at the ticketing booths, TSA, they are trained to look for the lanyard or the pen, because they know that that person has some type of hidden disability and that they may need a little extra help. In my last video, I talked about how I'm going to try it out because really, I had no idea it existed or if it even worked. Well, guess what? Here is what I found out. So my home base airport is Charlotte Douglas. My husband and I were flying down to Florida for a cruise. So I went to the information center right where the security lines begin for the check-in. So there's an information booth near one of the security check-ins, and I asked them, do you guys have or know anything about the hidden disability sunflower? Immediately, they said yes. Like, okay, great. So what they did is, I'll show you right here, they gave me this lanyard. So it says hidden disabilities on there. You can fill it out if you want. You don't have to, because they don't need to ask any questions. They're not supposed to. And they provided me with this lanyard. They also had right here, you can wear, still have it in a little baggie. It's a little pin you can wear if you don't want to wear the lanyard. And immediately, so I put it on, immediately I was escorted in the security check line, the line where the handicapped people go, because most of the time that is a little faster moving security check-in. Charlotte Douglas, check, it worked. We flew into Orlando, and right away when I got off the airplane and then we were going to the baggage claim, I was just kind of looking around, and guess what? They had the green hidden disability sunflower right underneath the handicap placard, and then they have a green disability sign logo there as well. And it was so cool. So check, Orlando had it. So we went on a cruise. We went to Nassau and Bimini. My husband, we didn't get off the boat at Nassau, but my sister-in-law did. And she immediately, when she got off the boat with her friends, she sent my husband a picture and she said, show Natalie this. She took a picture of the hidden disability sunflower that is in Nassau at their port. So how cool is that? So even ports, even countries like Nassau and the Bahamas recognize this hidden disability sunflower. And let me tell you, it works. We're traveling back. I put my lanyard back on, traveling back through the airport. Immediately, I was escorted to a gentleman, didn't ask any questions. He said, ma'am, you can come here. He immediately directed me to the line where the handicapped people in wheelchairs, not necessarily handicapped, but people in wheelchairs that need a little extra time, little extra help, go. So we went through that one. And then my husband and I, we ended up with different boarding zones on our flight. He had this was Southwest, so of course it just depends on zones and stuff like that. But he ended up in a zone, like 2 zones behind me, boarding after me. So I had asked the front desk agent, I was like, ma'am, do you think you could? My husband can help me board. You know, they usually let people who need a little extra time to board first. At first, she was like, no, we can't do that. You can board with him. I'm like, okay. Well, so I had my lanyard on. Then the other ticketing agent, she actually came back to where we were sitting. And she goes, well, I noticed that lanyard, and let me look at your ticket again and see what we can do. They granted my husband a early boarding pass with me so he could help me bring my items onto the airplane. It works. I'm telling you, this was in our layover in Nashville. So check, another airport where it worked. It was really cool to see that somewhere out there someone thought about it. Was so cool that I went to all these different airports. We went to Nassau and they had this sunflower with the green background and it worked. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, it was really awesome. Basically what you do is, like I told you at the beginning, go to your local airport. It's in many different airports around the US and internationally. Go to the information desk and ask about the hidden disabilities sunflower. You won't regret it, I promise you. And it's fairly easy to get, but remember, it's an honor system. They're not allowed to ask you what you have or why you need it or anything like that. They will gladly hand it over to you, but remember, it is an honor system. Do not abuse it. If you don't need it, don't get it, but I promise you, if you do need it, if you do love to travel like I do, it's game changing. It's so worth it. I was so thrilled when I found out that this little lanyard made a whole big difference when I went traveling. So I will continue. If I need it, I will continue to wear it when I travel. Usually it's just airports right now. I do believe train stations have it as well if you need help on the train station or anything like that. I encourage you to find out at your local airport if they support the hidden disability sunflower. If they don't, ask them if they can look into it. I've also seen, if you go to their website, there are many different airlines that have now joined the hidden disability club, I guess if you want to call it. If you need extra help, like on the airplane, so not just at the airport, but on the airplane, which is really cool. Have you guys used this hidden disability sunflower? Will you try to use it? Let me know in the comments because I'd love to know what your experiences are. I had a very positive experience and I hope to continue to have more positive experiences as I travel. I've got more travel plans coming up the next few weeks where we'll be flying. And I'm excited because I'll be able to have the little extra help that I need. Like I said, I've got debilitating back pain sometimes. Like it's awful. And it's honestly a game changer for me. And I cannot thank enough whoever it was who started this hidden disability sunflower. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for thinking of us, because you don't know just what this has done, and this has changed. This will change my life. I'd like to learn your stories. If you have more stories, if you have a story about the hidden disability sunflower that you have used, put it in the comments. I'd love to share your story if you don't mind. Thank you for joining, and I cannot wait to hear from you. And then also join me in my next episode. I promise I'm going to start doing more because I'm now out of, between my kid being sick and me being sick and vacation and everything all between, I got behind on my videos, but I'm starting to ramp them up again. And next week, I'm going to talk about a small little device that has helped my pain management significantly. So I can't wait to tell you more about that. Thanks again for joining me. This is Navigate with Natalie, and I will see you soon.